everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine and this is Moyer Makes. You may, if you're one of my old-time viewers, in this video you're going to notice a lot better camera and audio quality. That's because I finally got a proper video camera and I'm no longer filming on my phone. I'm using a Sony ZV E10. I'll pop in the in the sideline over here what the actual camera name is. But I'm super excited. We're real YouTubers now. We have an actual vlogging camera. I'm super excited to share all of my crochet and knitting projects with you in much higher quality now. And yeah, and so with that being said, let's get on to the topic of this the actual topic of this video, which is the final part of the Mandala Dusters series. I'm so excited. We've actually finished the body so far, and I'll kind of review with you guys in the next clip what all we've done so far in the body. But now we're doing the sleeves, and I'm so excited to finally get to finish this awesome project, the super complicated project, and I'm really excited to actually finish it and wear it and show it off for a little bit. And I'm super excited to just finish this series. It was really great. I really appreciate all the support everyone's given me so far through it, and I'm excited that other people are also working on their own versions of this duster. I think that's really awesome. If you follow me on Instagram at Moyer Makes or on Facebook at Moyer Makes, feel free to send me a message or in the comments of some of my pictures of the mandala duster to share your own projects. I think that's really fun and really awesome, and I hope that we continue to inspire each other to work on these awesome projects. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, welcome back. Also, new intro. We're changing the beginning title card as well. I have a lot of editing to do. But I wanted to give you guys a progress check on our mandala duster that we're working on together. Or, you know, you're just watching me do all the work, I guess. But for those of you that are working on them as well, I'm super excited. And if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, which is just the same as my YouTube, it's at Moyer Makes, you can send me pictures of your projects and I would love to see them, or you know, you can comment down below as well. But I'd love to see your guys' progress. I'm super proud of mine and I'm super excited to share it all with you, and I can't wait to get the sleeves done on this. But since our last check-in, I've finished the collar, which is this extra bit here. I used some more acrylic yarns for that. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Can you get it to focus? Oh, we're learning. Ah, got it. Okay, I used some really nice white sparkly acrylic yarn. There it goes. You can't really see it on camera very well. And then I used some brown and some of this nice jade color. I really enjoyed that. Used the last of my bit of that to get that done, and it folds over really nicely when you hold it up by the sleeves. It folds over and you can see that that is what the collar of the duster looks like. Let me see if I can get this to work again. And in its full glory, I think I'm gonna have to stand on a chair to show you guys. In its full glory, we're on a chair. But look at that, it kind of gets smushed. I'm thinking about adding interfacing or something to help sturdy the actual design. But yeah, in its full stretched out beauty there. I cannot wait to get the sleeves on this and get this all set up and good to go. I thought about steaming it, but I've left it hang for 2 weeks, just hanging, and I think that really opened up the armholes a lot better, thankfully. So yeah, in the next clip we'll be working on the sleeves. everyone! So it's been a minute since you've last seen me, or the last clip, and we're still working pretty hard on the Celtic duster. I've completed one sleeve, and now I'll film the progress of me making the other sleeve now that I kind of understand the pattern a bit better. But I wanted to show you guys my progress, so give me 1 second. Ooh, this thing is big. So this is my sleeve. It's very dramatic. Like, look at that. Look at that. Like, that's beautiful. It'll actually, like, come down like that. Absolutely gorgeous. I am so excited. I'm gonna do the sleeves kind of matching, but not really because I'm using a variegated yarn. So I'm using this yarn here. It's a Lion's brand, like, baby yarn. It's acrylic, as most of this project is, and it's called Ice Cream Shop. But it's like shoppy because it's got like an E at the end, but it's just the fancy way of saying shop. So I do that for half of the sleeve, and then I do all my increases in some old Red Heart yarn. That's just white. And then about halfway through, I switch to a smaller crochet hook, just to kind of like tighten up the sleeve a little bit. So I'm going to be doing that on this other side here, and then we're done. We're finally gonna finish this project. It's so exciting. What I might do, maybe, is do some interfacing so that the tree is kind of better stretched. But I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do that. If I'm going to use like interfacing, plastic canvas, or some type of wire maybe. So if I do end up doing that, that'll probably be in a different video. At this point, I'm just so excited to finish this project and get some good pictures wearing it. I'm pretty sure when I die, I'm gonna be buried in this because, oh my goodness, it is amazing. I love it so much. It's gorgeous. I don't have anywhere where I'm gonna wear this, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it now that once I've finished it, but I cannot wait to finish it. It was a great thing to make. Alright, I'll see you in the next clip. Bye. Okay, so I've kind of adjusted the angle on this camera. Hopefully it works. And so this is the armhole that I'm working on. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. And so this is where we're gonna start from, is the right side of the armhole there. And we're gonna start with this yarn here. Like I said in the previous clip, it's a Lion brand yarn. I believe it's from like their baby series, and it's called Ice Cream Shop, and that's shop with 2 P's and an E on the end, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've bought this yarn, and I'm not even sure if they still sell it. A lot of the yarns that I'm using in this project are discontinued yarns from like Red Heart or Lion brand, because when I first started crocheting, I was using I would just buy like, oh hello Luna, go lay down, sits. I was just, as I was saying, I was just buying like a skein of yarn if I thought the colors were cute, which I feel like is something a lot of new crocheters and knitters do, or at least I did. And I've carried a lot of that yarn with me in my stash just because I don't know what to do with it. So now I'm throwing it in great big projects like this one. So I'm really excited to use this here for the main part of the sleeve, and then we'll move on to Red Heart. That I've already caked it up. This again also has long lost its Luna. This is long since lost its label, but it's just a white yarn that I had in my stash. So without ado, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've started on the sleeve, and I just wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm doing to start off this sleeve. So the pattern says to crochet, or yeah, start in the right side and then have 2 to 3 double crochets in each chain space for the previous row. So just in this bottom part where you did like the shell stitches before you added your chain to make the sleeve, the armhole, basically. I'm doing 3 because I'm using a bigger one and I wanted more space, and my armholes were already kind of tight feeling, so just to kind of like help adjust that a bit better, I'm doing 3 double crochets in each of my chain spaces, and now I'm going over the part where you had chained to make your armhole, and I'm just doing 1 double crochet like the pattern says in the back of those chain spaces. So something I do to kind of like help out, let me zoom in a bit. Ooh, oh, you can see my disgusting hands. I need to stop biting my nails. It's an anxiety thing. But what I like to do to kind of like help me gain access to that, get into this back hump here on this chain stitch, is I actually hook it with my crochet hook, if I can figure out how to do this, so you can see it. So yeah, I just take it, I hook it with my crochet hook, and then that's how I like get into it instead of trying to stab it. I know it works for some people to where they can like stab into it, right? But it just doesn't work for me. So I hook it up and go from there. Of course that's a double crochet, not a single. So hook, bloop. Make sure you're not splitting the yarn like I was. There we go. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And that's how you get a double crochet in the back of a chain stitch. Hi everyone, so I've started on the mesh portion of the sleeve. I've done about 4 rows of it so far, and it's pretty simple. It's just a double crochet, chain stitch, chain stitch, double crochet over in the chain 1 space, like so. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll do a zoomed in bit here in a second. But then after that, we'll do 10 rows of this. I'll switch to a smaller crochet hook, do 10 more rows, and then we'll change yarns and start doing the increases. I decided to use the variegated yarn for the top portion of the sleeve, and then I got about halfway through it and I was like, oh, I might not have enough to do both of the sleeves, and it's gonna bother me if one sleeve is one like color or style and the other sleeve is not the same. It would bother me, I feel like. So I got halfway through the sleeve in this yarn and I was like, I'm gonna stop here and I'm just gonna add a different color so I have enough to do both parts of the sleeves in the same colors. So that's why I actually ended up swapping it to the white afterwards. But honestly, I think it looks way better than if I had a full sleeve of just this. So I'm super excited to get that done. But yeah, I'll meet back up with you guys once I finish using this hook and kind of go over and change hooks, and then after that we'll meet again after I change colors. But real quick, I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing for the mesh. So I'm gonna zoom in here a bit. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. Get it to focus. All right. So basically what I'm doing is it's just a double crochet. You see in this chain 1 space here, we're gonna put a double crochet. All right, and then we're just gonna chain 1. And we're gonna do it again. And that's all it is for this mesh stuff, or stitch, I guess you could say. It's pretty easy to set up. That's exactly how you set it up too. You do a double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet. And that's just how you set it up and go from there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi everyone, so since you last saw me, I've actually started the mesh part of the sleeve now. And that's just a basic double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet. So I've done I'm on row 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically. I'm doing row 5. I've done 4 rows of it. Sorry, trying to update my counter there. And yeah, so we'll just continue doing this all the way up until about round 10, and then I'll switch over to my smaller crochet hook, do 10 more rows of this, and then we'll start on the increases, making that super dramatic bell on the sleeve, so that it's a lot easier, or not a lot easier, so that it's like just that's the next part. It's dramatic. Hi guys, so I just finished doing the variegated yarn part of the sleeve, and it worked out, I'd say, pretty good. And now we're doing now we're starting the bell. So I've swapped over to my white yarn, as you can see, and I'm working, it's the same mesh pattern where it's like 1 double crochet and then a chain stitch. And then what we do is, the pattern says count to the chain space that's about mid-elbow, and so I've done that, and for me that's the 14th space, is about mid-elbow, maybe a little bit to one side or the other, but I don't really mind. And I've already done the other sleeve like that, so I've counted all the way to the 14th space, and now that's where we're going to start doing our increases. So for the increase is, instead of just doing 1 double crochet and a chain stitch, you do 4 in that 1 chain space. So let me see if I can get the camera to zoom in on this. Doop. All right. So as you can see, instead of just doing the 1 double crochet and a chain space, I did 4 here, and then the center chain space becomes your new increase spot. So on the next round, we'll do 1 double crochet and a chain here in this spot, but then we'll do 4 in the spot with the green marker, and go from there. So that's what we're doing now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi everyone, so we've finally finished both sleeves of the Celtic Tree of Life duster. I'm so excited. It's quite warm, quite cozy. It's like wearing a blanket. Everything I make is like wearing a blanket, I've noticed. I think it's just because I like to be comfortable. As far as like things that I would change, I would have given myself a little bit more room in the armpits here. It's fine the way it is. The way the pattern is written, it works out just fine. It's comfortable. I'm just like a broad-shouldered girly, and I need a bit more space, I think. As far as like anything else really that I would change as far as this goes is, I think I need to add some stiffening to the actual like Celtic tree part of the mandala, just so that it shows that tree. You know, you spend so much time making that tree and then it kind of gets like muddled because it's like all folded in. And then the pattern calls for a closure, for some ties. I didn't add any ties. I think maybe I should, or some kind of button closure. I kind of like the way it looks folded over, the way I have it currently. You guys can't see it. But I have it kind of folded over in like a cardigan way. So I think with a nice brooch that would look good. I love the way these sleeves turned out. They are so dramatic. So I love them. One thing is the, oh, my tie came undone? Or no, it didn't. Huh, I was worried there. Oh. This is because I knot my yarn instead of doing the Russian knot. They're still more secure than the Russian knot, in my opinion. Russian knots make me nervous, but I love the sleeves. I think maybe because I was using a different weight of yarn than what she was using for her actual pattern. I think it was a slightly thicker weight of yarn. The sleeves, if I had followed the pattern kind of following like exactly what she says, thankfully they're made to measure, so she says go based off of your own arms and how long you want the sleeves to be. But if I had made them like using the exact same numbers that she did, they would have been way too long for me, and that could just be a case of she has longer arms than I do, as far as that goes. But it still worked out to where it is a good comfortable length for me, and it's not too hot, it's not too cold. Obviously it has holes in it, so there's gonna be plenty of airflow. It's not too heavy. I feel like with this kind of project you have to be a little bit careful on the weight of yarn you use. Obviously if you use a really heavy bulky yarn, it's going to end up a lot heavier than it would if you use like a worsted or a lace weight yarn. Aside from that, as far as like things like if you want to block your project, that also depends on the fiber, right? Like you can probably wet block it. What I did as far as blocking wet is when I got finished with like that first row of pink after my tree, that's when I like pinned it out and steam blocked it just so I could see that my tree looked like a tree. This is a very much a, what is it called? Trust the process. This is very much a trust the process pattern. You're gonna make this pattern and you're gonna be like, oh my god, this looks nothing like a tree, this doesn't look right at all. And then you're gonna like continue for like 2 more rows, and then suddenly everything looks fine. And then 2 rows later, just about, it's like, oh my god, this is wrong, I have to undo it. But if you trust the process and really like keep going, obviously stop and change it if it's actually going in a direction you don't like. Of course that all depends on how much time you have, right? Like this took me, when was my first video? Like a month, maybe 2. And it took me even longer because I was filming all of it, so I'm sure it will take everybody else a much shorter amount of time, right? I could not tell you for the life of me how many skeins of yarn that I used or any of that, because I used all scrap yarn. I don't even know like the names of half of the yarns that I used in this project, but I am so happy with how it turned out, and I really appreciate everyone who joined me on this journey. If there's other projects you'd like to see or like to suggest that I create, feel free to comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video or this series, if you haven't watched the start of the series, like I understand the camera and audio quality is not great, but like watch it from the beginning, guys. It really helps, obviously, but you could also just skip to the end. I don't really care. A watch is a watch, right? But if you want to see where I began, it'll be tagged in the playlist. It's literally just part 1. This is the finale. But like I said, I really appreciate everybody who followed me through this journey, and I really appreciate everybody who's joining me at this point. If there's any projects that you think that you would really enjoy watching me kind of tackle, I'm happy to take the recommendations. As far as like a sneak peek into my next big project, it has to do with fireweed, and it's a sweater. Stranded knit. So excited to see how that is. I started the gauge swatch. So yeah, do all the YouTube things, you know, like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, of course, and want to see more of me. I try to post once a week, but life happens. I actually have a bunch more videos to film after this. But yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.